City Council, nice to see you. My name is Mary Ang. Dan Saltzman, I want to commend you on your style of presentation. Whenever the mayor is absent, your manner of treating citizens has been nothing but respectful so far as I've seen, and I think you deserve a lot of credit for that, because I think when you show respect, you receive respect back. And my mom kind of taught me about the theory in psychology is the looking glass self. And if you're looking for the worst in people, you can bring out the worst easily. So I really thank you for that. And for these applicants or nominees, I want you to keep very much attention to the latest report from the DOJ. It is a very dense document, a lot of very heavy acronyms, but there's some very interesting points regarding the utilization of a neo-Nazi to harass Jewish people at the police accountability meeting with the Citizens Review Committee. It's very coded language, but you can find this on page 107 regarding using a neo-Nazi to assault the accountability process. I'm very thrilled with the DOJ assessment. They are moving forward, and I've been on a letter writing campaign, speaking at City Council, facing direct retaliation, including being bruised at this chamber. So I have a process under review. John Rhodes at Internal Affairs is he's investigating the brutality that was applied to me for being, as a trained paralegal, an advocate for police brutality victims. So you must know that there is direct retaliation and intimidation tactics, including positing a weapon on me, so I might be killed, or Mr. Hales won't let me know if he and Engstrom conspired, if he, Engstrom, and Chandler conspired, if Waltz and Engstrom conspired. So we've got a lot of possibilities as to who came up with this dodgy excuse to beat me up. But it is very fishy, and you've got to be prepared for that, because when I talked to John Rhodes at Internal Affairs, he said, "Oh, Todd Engstrom would never do anything like that." And you know what I said to him after he had covered me with bruises is, "Well, I've heard a lot of things about you, Todd Engstrom, but you're a perfect gentleman." Which was a stretch of the truth, because he was not treating me like a normal Swedish man, because in Sweden we have gender equity. So I asked him, "Well, are you Swedish?" And I said, "I'm Norwegian." So then I was kind of like, wow, these American Scandinavians really aren't up to par on gender equity. This is quite unusual, because I've actually studied policing memoranda from Sappho, from the Swedish police, because I find their progressive ideas about gender balance very important. And I have to make it known that on our COAB testimony last night, we went after Marshman's choking of his son, his stalking of his ex in police uniform. We went at it for, Rosenbaum and Watson were so exhausted from Jonas Geisler and the citizens that we kept after them. No woman in her right mind would go to a police force that involves a child-abusing, choking stalker for a chief, back to back with a shooting scandal with alcoholism and a cover-up. Okay.